from Charlotte, North Carolina, the home of the Hornets, we're broadcasting live from the Spectrum Center. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. And it's been home cooking for the Hornets in the midst of a homestand here in Charlotte. Now here's Smart. Barnes outside. All the talk, Greg, leading up to this one has been about the impact of the backcourt.
And that's where it all starts. When you have a confident and competent backcourt, it just opens up a lot of things for you offensively.
Now, here's ball. Dirk Nowitzki able to get his shot to go. Rodman outside. On the wing, George. A three-pointer is right on target.
It's a big part of George's game, the three-point shot, and for good reason. I mean, he's a sniper out there.
Pass to Johnson. The tray. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Ball. From deep, George. Good, and Curry gets the assist. George has got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for Charlotte.
Seems effortless for George, that quick release of his.
And here is Ball. Outside Curry. Outside, George. Charlotte moving the ball around. 5 on the clock. Here's Curry. Again, the Hornets score.
And the lightning-quick release of Curry really came in handy there.
Clark with the Hornets, they were hit with injuries as hard as any team in the NBA in the 23-24 season.
Kevin, I couldn't agree with you more. They were so unfortunate in that regard, and it's not anything you can control, and it made it almost impossible for them to have a productive season because of those injuries.
And Dennis Rodman with the slam.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
And, you know, nothing like getting an opponent on the ropes early. You love that if you're on that side of the scoreboard, and they are landing some haymakers now.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
They double-team Curry. Pass the ball. Nobody near George. Bangs home the trifecta. George has got 9.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
The three from Johnson. They grab their own miss. Here's Nowitzki. Basket is good. The assist from Barnes.
Man, that's an important basket there. The game was in danger of getting away from him here early if they let that run go on much longer.
Now, here's Ball. Outside Curry. They set the screen. And the layup's good off the glass. Curry's got his second bucket.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
And to battle back, they've got to shore up the defense. I mean, there's no other way to come back from a deficit unless you play good defense.
And shot opportunity, and the jumper is good. Nowitzki's got his second basket of the night.
A mid-range specialist. All Nowitzki needs is a little wiggle room, and he's going to let it go.
Left side Curry. Pass to George. High arcing shot. And deep Rodman. It's hauled in by Bam Adebayo. Celtics trail by 11. Nowitzki for 3. Sinks the triple.
3 points.
7 points in the game. Ball with it. No scoring in this one. Rodman sets a screen. Ball with the bucket.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And, you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
Here's Barnes. Rebound Andre Drummond. And so it's Charles Lee calling timeout. Wants to regroup and go over the strategy. Charlotte leading by 10. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Michael Conley. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Now McBride. Pass to LeVert. Here's McBride. Wagner outside. It'll count. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And as we conclude the first quarter, a one-sided game so far.
Boston team, 7.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Charlotte.
I mean, they've come out aggressive defensively, getting into them and coming up with some cookies along the way.
You know, another point I'd like to add is that they've had tremendous success early on converting turnovers and turning those into points.
There's the screen. Driving inside. Rebounded by the Celtics. And Clark, we're looking at Franz Wagner here. What makes him so effective?
Well, his size and mobility, a rare combination, and how good he is instinctively at the defensive end of the floor. I mean, he can get out and get in a stance and guard guards, and he also can bang inside with big physical guys, and he's very fluid in his motion, great agility. Love watching that young fella play.
They get it again. Adebayo. Ball's knocked loose. Oh, boy, looks like he was injured there.
Well, I mean, you really feel for him. I mean, and the entire team. Just, you got to hope for the best.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, this is why you build out your depth as best you can. I mean, you just never know when injuries might show up.
Substitution on the
Hornets leading by 10. Wagner left side. Pass to Sharp. And it's off from three-point range. So it's Boston now. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. Outside, Smart. Now here's Nowitzki. Over Sharp. And it's Nowitzki missing. And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. Pass to Wagner. Looking for LeVert. He gets it there. Another shot. And that one's good by Rodman. Rodman's got his second bucket tonight.
Well, we've seen Rodman do that often. Going up, getting that board, and getting the putback. Exactly what you want from him inside.
Now here's Nowitzki. He's got 7. To the inside. Pass to Adebayo. 4 on the clock. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. Shot clock at 2. The shot is good from Nowitzki. Analytics or the eye test? The optics or the numbers in front, Greg? When you're judging the performance of a player, what kind of criteria do you use?
Well, an MVP candidate recently said, my eye test tells me this guy's a terrible defender. But the analytics tell me he's a great defender. I'm confused, and I often feel the same way.
Back to Curry. The Hornets need to get a shot off here. Here's Wagner. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
in for Boston, number 12, Cameron Johnson.
Celtics trailed by 10. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thanks. Bam Adebayo talked about how his mentality has evolved over his career. He said, shoot the ball. I feel like that's been my evolution. It sounds very simple, but I came into this league as a defender. I feel like the progression's been shoot the ball, worry about everything else later. Kevin.
Certainly, DA is a two-way threat. George with the ball. Now defended by Adebayo. It's to Curry. Puts up a deep three. And again, the Hornets missing.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Well, that looked to me, guys, like a heat check and was maybe a step out of his range.
Now an update on Bol Bol from David Aldridge. DA, what'd you find out?
Thanks, guys. I got a status report from Charlotte's head athletic trainer. And from what he can tell, he said it doesn't appear to be a terrible injury. He's definitely out for this game, and they said there's a chance he could miss a few more games as well. We obviously hope it's fewer games, Kevin.
Thanks for the status report there, David. At least we now know, Greg, how he's doing.
Yeah, when you talk injury, the unknown factor is always a difficult thing to deal with.
And, you know, for him, just watching his teammates unable to contribute, that's really a helpless feeling.
Hornets leading by 6. Here's Curry. Curry gets inside and lays it in.
Great work inside by Curry there. So clever and composed in the paint.
And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. Celtics trail by 8. Now here's McCollum. And it's Vucevic in the corner. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
Boy, they dodged one there, guys. I mean, he got the wide open look that he wanted, just didn't knock it down.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Michael Conley. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
Already he's looking at his 3rd foul. I think the coach will probably look to sit him down until the 3rd quarter.
Here's McBride. He has yet to score. To the middle. Here's LeVert. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
You know, you can see the confidence level LeVert has by how often he hunts for his shot, especially from there.
Pass to McCollum. And stolen by Sharp. Here's McBride. And he dumps it down.
And unfortunately, we've seen a few too many of those. A lack of concentration, a turnover, and an easy bucket in transition.
And so it's the Charlotte Hornets up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. We'll get right back to the action when we return. Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. Wants to talk some things over, might be seeing some things to adjust. Here's Curry. Pass the ball. The 3. It's hauled in by Bam Adebayo. And so it's McCollum with it. He brings it up for Boston. Down by 12. Nowitzki outside. From outside, off the mark. Now here's Curry. Drummond the screen. Curry goes inside. Nice D from Nowitzki.
You know, I think the effort on defense there has everything to do with why he missed that shot. Well done.
These Boston Celtics are unquestionably a top-tier offensive unit.
Stupendous shooting, excellent instincts with the ball. Yeah, they are a model offense in many ways, making it tough for many teams to keep up with him.
The 2022 Rookie of the Year, Scotty Barnes, GA. He had a terrific rookie year, as we know. His second year may have fallen off a little bit.
Yeah, it was a bit stagnant for Scotty, but man, he had a monster third year, making his first All-Star game. The playmaking of Barnes especially took a leap.
Outside, Rodman. Charlotte moving the ball around. Clock at 2. Ball no good.
Boy, they need to pick it up here now. I mean, they're 0 of 4 coming out of the break.
And here's Barnes for 3. It's Drummond with the rebound. Hornets leading by 9. 90 seconds now into the second half. Here's Curry with the 3. Rebounded by Smart.
Oof. Ugly start to the second half. They're still scoreless in their first 5 attempts.
They get a hand on it. And that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession.
Boston ball.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
Clearly a careless pass. He got away with one there.
Here's McCollum. Still without a basket. Down low. Barnes. And the dunk by Barnes.
And this kid has hops. Barnes gets airborne there and slams it down.
Outside, George. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. George has got 12 points in the game.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
Nowitzki right side. Clock at 6. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off the shot. 24-second violation. The NBA has always been a star-driven league, Greg, and that's reflected in team strategies now more than ever before.
It is. All over the league, teams now building their systems around their stars, surrounding them with complementary players and running the offense through them as much as possible.
Several teams changing it up here. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. It's good from long range. Wagner's got the lead up to 13 now for the Hornets.
Wagner always a threat from downtown, and I love the efficiency and solid mechanics of his shooting stroke.
Pass to Sharp.
2 minutes.
Lets the 3 fly. Rebounded by Vucevic. Celtics trailed by 13. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, the new leadership in Charlotte has made it clear that it's not going in for quick fixes. The goal is sustained success, building with youth and development. Call it roster flexibility or a blank slate. But with some promising young players and more help, there's nowhere to go but up. Kevin?
Help is huge. That's the hope. Hey, David, thank you.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the results.
That's 3 in a row from out there now, so they've got to do a better job contesting.
And we've got a whistle. The refs are indicating it's a transition take foul. It's going to be a shot and the ball. Charlotte's shooting their first free throw of the contest.
And last season, as a team, they knocked down 79% of their free throws, so those are numbers you'll be happy with.
1:16 left in the third. Here's Wagner. And the shot goes in. Wagner's got 5 points now this quarter.
At 6'10", you love the versatility that Franz Wagner provides. I mean, this guy's very effective in the two-man game.
Off the run. McCollum, no good.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
You know, guys, no denying it's been a rough patch here. I think they've got to run whatever is best in their playbook to get a good shot.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
And, you know, the lead just keeps growing. I mean, this game is not going to get out of their grip. They're going to keep pulling away.
Shot clock at 5. There's a screen by Toppin. Shoots a fader. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Dennis Rodman picks one up.
Aggressive work in the lane. Toppin has the size and he has the bounce.
Good on the second free throw. Here's Charlotte now. They're on a 14-1 run right now.
Boston foul.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And going back to his numbers from just a season ago, he was knocking it down at a 77% clip.
LeVert hits both of them. 12 seconds left in the third quarter. Johnson outside. Pass to Vucevic. Back to Johnson. Over George. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's the Charlotte Hornets holding a 22-point
team. 19.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. And so Adebayo will bring it up for the Boston Celtics. Pass to Barnes. Nowitzki with it. Defended by Rodman. And it's Nowitzki missing. Hornets leading by 22. Outside Curry. Greg, we know players are not shy about criticizing officiating. Anything you try to change or improve with the way the game is called?
Well, I like when the players and the refs get together in the offseason to go over video examples. And I think one thing that's important is you got to have relationships between the players and the officials. And then I think the fans can also then kind of get on the same page. There are going to be missed calls out there. That will never change.
Smart with the ball. Picked up by Rodman. Nowitzki for 3. Hornets with the rebound.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can count on him to continue missing.
Well, I cannot believe he didn't capitalize there, and neither can he.
Trying to break that ice-cold streak, and it's sent back by Drummond.
You got to be careful shooting around Drummond. I mean, he has a really good knack for when to go for the blocks.
At the line for one.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Hornets.
Guys, the D hasn't had an answer for the three-point shooting, which is why they continue to just fire away from deep.
You know, another thing that stands out to me is their passing in this game. I mean, they've done a tremendous job sharing the ball and setting each other up for success.
Shot clock at 6. Right side Curry. And Adebayo with the block. Denied.
Celtics ball. Substitution on the court.
On offense, here are the Celtics. Looking to get on the board here in the fourth still. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. And here's Bogdanovic for 3. And the 3 ball is good. Bogdanovic has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. And here is Ball. Pass to Curry. Launches it. Good on the three-point shot.
Not shy from outside. There's no doubt about that. Spreading the floor and getting them up.
Love the mentality there, I tell you. I know I've never coached, but, man, playing to win and being aggressive even with the lead as opposed to being safe and going into prevent offense, I'll take the former all day long. Play to win.
Wagner with it. Outside Curry. And again, Charlotte with the triple.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
2 minutes.
The shot by Adebayo, no good. They're making this a runaway.
And the only question for me right now is just how big the lead will eventually become.
Personal foul.
And many around the league believe Curry doesn't get enough fouls called in his favor. GA, what do you think?
There can be some truth to that. He gets held and grabbed more than anyone when running off screens, but especially blatant on drives to the rim.
Pass to Johnson to stop the run. No good. Shot missing. Greg, their unselfish play has really been impressive.
They're trusting one another out there, wanting to get each other involved. This is great basketball.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Hornets.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And it'll mark their 4th win on the year. Actually, their 5th win on the year.
Man, always nice to get win number 1 against the opponent. You'll be seeing a total of this matchup 4 times over the course of the year. So they set the tone tonight, though, for their season series against the Celtics.
Hey, you know, guys, what a nice performance it was for Stephen Curry.
Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
Paul with a wide open look. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
And I think they can start that celebration right now. I mean, what a terrific team victory.
Here's Barnes, and he uses the glass on the layup.
Barnes.
And right where he wants to be. It's so dangerous letting Barnes get inside like that.
And so the Hornets can now just hold on to the ball. Now Ball. And so it's the Hornets taking